All right, everyone. A very good afternoon. Right now it is 3:33 Indian Standard Time and 2:04 Dubai Standard Time. Right. I hope you all are having a great afternoon. I hope you had a great morning. Hello, Sophia. I hope you're having a great day as well. Well, today we are going to be having quite an interesting live streaming. All right. So, guys and girls, men and beautiful women, today's live streaming session will be something unique, correct? So, we are going to be having two live streaming sessions back to back. You heard that right. This particular live streaming session would be starting from 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time and will be continuing till 5:30. All right. So I hope everyone is ready. I hope everyone is excited. Yes, there is always a first time for everything. But nonetheless, like I always say, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. All right, so I hope everyone is ready. I hope everyone is charged. And let's start today's live streaming session. I just want to make sure that my voice is audible. I hope people can hear my voice. And I hope there are no technical glitches. All right. So, let me give you a quick introduction about myself. I am Harsh. I have 8 years of trading experience, correct? 8 years. I mainly trade forex, correct? Pairs such as euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, so on and so forth. I even look at the commodity markets such as oil, gold, silver, as well as the US based indices such as the S&P 500, the Dow Jones 30, and the Nasdaq 100. Currently, we are also looking at the Indian share market, whereby we analyze the indices such as the Nifty and Sensex, as well as we look for trading opportunities on individual stocks as well. For everyone who is attending this particular live streaming session, I am more of a technical trader. I specialize in technical analysis, right? Now, when it comes to technical analysis, there are so many aspects, correct? But I specialize in supply and demand, price action, swing analysis, order flow analysis, Fibonacci retracement strategies, and so on. The list is quite extensive, but these are the major, terminologies or sectors or, specialities that I focus in terms of technical analysis. I have been blessed to be trained and mentored by some of the best minds in the financial industry, correct? Now, these people have been traded at, they have, worked in professions where they have been working as floor traders, right? People who used to work on the actual trading floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So I'm truly blessed and honored to gain a lot of experience and exposure from such bright minded people. I have also been successful in handling around 20 million worth of portfolio and have been able to generate around 30 to 35% returns on an annual basis. It is very important to be clear in terms of who harshes, because at the end, when we have people attending this particular live streaming session, they want someone who is credible, who is knowledgeable, who is experienced and qualified, correct? So I hope everyone has got a good understanding about me. Here at Dolphin Markets, our main aim of providing these live streaming sessions is to make sure that people understand the value that we at Dolphin Markets are able to provide. We provide you with analysis, right, of various stocks in the English share market. We provide you with trading opportunities, correct? Opportunities that can make you money. Hot stocks, we call them as hot stocks. As well as we are also providing you education, trading education. So we have these live streaming sessions right from Monday till Friday, and Harsh will personally make sure to provide you three live streaming sessions, right? We have the first live streaming session that takes place in the morning, just after the stock market has opened, right? A couple of hours after the stock market has opened. The current live streaming session takes place, the second live streaming session takes place after or let me say prior to 1 hour before the market closes, generally, right? Today, there has been a change in timing, so do not worry. We are just improvising and we are here to provide you with valuable information at the end. Third but not the least, the third live streaming session is very focused towards providing you with education, right? Education pertaining to technical analysis. So let's get started. Let me ask each and everyone present in this particular live streaming session. I need to know an answer from you. Do you think it is possible to make money in the financial market, or do you think it is not possible to make money in the financial market? If you think it is possible to make money in the financial markets, write down in the comment box. Say yes, we can make money in the financial markets, or you can type one. For people who think like maybe I do not know if it is possible to make money in the financial markets, write down number two in the chat box. All right. It is very important to keep these live streaming sessions as interactive as possible, so that we are able to understand and have a dialogue taking place, and people should be aware that the more you write in the comment box, the more I can understand and analyze, and based upon the response that I'm getting, I can adjust, right, my guidance, my mentorship. Anyway, so I know definitely a lot of people would be saying that, Harsh, yes, it is true that we can make money in the financial market, but we do not know how. So this is exactly where I come into place, where dolphin markets comes into place. We are here providing you these live trading sessions so that you can make money. We are here to guide you throughout the process. We, let you know, we inform you when to enter and when to exit, right? We provide you with all the entries and the required analysis in order to take a trade. Let me showcase our analysis sheet, right? It is very important to understand exactly what the entire methodology goes behind, providing these live streaming sessions. At the end, these live streaming sessions are for you to analyze our capabilities in terms of financial trading. So as you can see on the screen, that we provide you with trading recommendations, right? Hot stocks. So we provide you with the date, we provide you with the name of the hot stock, the time the trade was placed, the direction and the entry price, as well as when the trade was closed, as and how the trade progresses, and the level at which the price level at which the trade was closed, as well as the profitability target. It's important to understand that our entire motive is to showcase our potential, and the way we showcase our potential is by maintaining a detailed analytical sheet, right, with all the required details, and to showcase you that yes, it is possible to make money in the financial markets, correct? We are not just talking about one or two trades which have been taken. We are talking of around 34 trades placed right from 18th of September 2024, right? Almost 2 months back till the 7th of November, or 8th of November, when the last trade was closed. So 8th of November is nothing but last Friday. So we are talking about recent data, correct? Data that has been accumulated recently over the past couple of months, less than 2 months to last Friday. So understand that what we are able to provide to you, right? In terms of consistency, we are not talking of one or two trades, we are talking of 34 trades, correct? With an average profitability of around 5%. That is just to showcase that yes, it is possible to make money in the financial markets. I hope people are able to understand. All right, now you have to be aware that with such strong profitability values, people might feel that even I can do it by myself. Please, I want a genuine answer from everyone. If it was so simple to make such powerful, such lucrative returns in the financial markets, everyone would be making money, right? The reason you are attending our live streaming session is first and foremost to understand what dolphin markets provide. And second, you want to find better opportunities to make money. And that is exactly what Harsh and Dolphin markets are providing to you. We are providing you with hot stock recommendation trading strategies that can make you money consistently, right? As you can see, forget about the trades that have been placed in the past, right? I'm talking of the most recent trades. If you can see the screen, you can clearly see that, based on the last week's Thursday, we had provided to you two hot stock recommendations, correct? Provided to you on D-Dave Plastic and Ashima Limited. As you can clearly see, we have been able to achieve a profitability of 12%, right? 12% from Thursday, and the trade was closed on Friday. We are talking about last week, making a percentage of 12. So we are just trying to showcase this has recently happened, right? Last week. And this is our entire motive in terms of, you know, getting or creating awareness to the public that yes, there are people out there like Harsh and Dolphin Markets who are providing you with valuable information that can make you good amount of money. All right. So if you were to do it by yourself, it would be common sense that everyone would be doing. If financial trading was so easy, wouldn't everyone be rich? Think about it, right? So that is exactly where we come into place, where we showcase our potential, our credibility in terms of our profitability, and you can test it for yourself by attending these live trading sessions and being aware of how we place positions, how we close positions for a profit, and how we maintain a detailed analytical sheet that showcases everything, right? Right from when the first trade had been placed. I hope people are able to understand, right? Very important to understand that this value, what we are providing to you, is of top notch A1 quality. So for people who are making benefit, who are utilizing the benefit of our live streaming sessions, very good. But please bear in mind, with so much of value that we are providing to you, we also are, being very careful in terms of letting everyone know that our data, our services that we provide are generally for VIP customers, correct? People who are willing to take action by, collaborating, being a part of Dolphin Markets. But since we are in the marketing phase where we want everyone to, be aware of what Dolphin Markets provide, what Harsh provides, and based on that, we are providing all these services at zero cost, correct? At zero cost for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Remember, because it is so valuable, we are just giving a trial period for anyone and everyone out there who wants to utilize the benefits of making money in the financial market. So make sure you are utilizing this benefit well and be a part of Dolphin Markets so that you can still utilize the benefits well later on as well. Correct? I hope people are able to understand the power that we are able to provide. Yes, as I had showcased you, you can read the title. It shows as stock tracking. So these are trades that have been placed and trades that have been squared off, that have been closed for a profit. We have certain trades that are currently running as well. Remember, the markets are going to do what they have to do, right? The markets are based on probabilities. The markets are not based on certainties, correct? We as analysts, we scout the markets, we check for the best trades possible, but at the end, we are looking for high probability trades, right? Trades that have higher chances of, attaining profit. Does that mean that all trades will exactly go from our entry to target? Not necessarily, correct? There will be certain trades, certain stocks based on certain factors. For example, the oil industry, right? The oil industry has been taking a toll, right? Because right from the beginning of this year, the beginning of last month, due to political uncertainties, and so there are many factors that have to be taken into consideration. We do our due diligence in terms of analyzing the stock market and providing you with better opportunities. But do not worry, as and how the market progresses, because the market is dynamic. So we are going to make sure that we update you for these trades as well. I hope people are able to understand. I hope everyone is getting a clear understanding, right, in terms of how we look at the markets in terms of how we are providing you trading opportunities which are hot stocks, and how we have been able to showcase you the consistency that a person or that an investor would be wanting to correct. Consistent profits. We are not looking for profits based on one or two trades. We are looking for consistency, correct? Not one two trades, but 34 trades over a span of less than 2 months. That is called as consistency, right? Where we are looking for opportunities on a regular basis and closing trades for a profit on a regular basis as well. All right. So I hope people have been able to understand. Another question what people would be asking is what exactly is the main, crux of providing this live streaming session is for you. We are providing this live streaming session so that you can make money, right? And once you make money, you can trust that dolphin markets, that Harsh is providing you valuable information, and you can be a part of our company, right? Because we want you to be a part of us in the long run. We are not here for the short game, we are here for the long game, all right? And everyone over here has only one main goal that I can visualize, and that is to make money. And who else better than Harsh to showcase you with trading opportunities in the Indian share market that has been generating such extraordinary profitability values in less than 2 months. It is commendable, right? It is commendable, it is fabulous, and it is achievable as well. So make sure you're always present for our live streaming sessions. Whenever we are having the first and second live streaming session, please make sure that you are present. That is very important. But at the same time, we want you to keep your brokerage account open, right? We are providing you with a recommendation, so we are not tied with your brokerage account. We cannot take the trade on your behalf, but we are doing our due diligence. We are providing you with the trading opportunity. You have to just follow the steps as to where to enter, where to close, and make money, correct? I hope people can see the screen. Let me just again reiterate, in a very brief manner. We provide you with the date on which the stock was provided to you, the time at which the trade was taken, the direction, whether it was long or short, the entry point, right, where the price was entered, as well as once the trade is coming and coming closer to our target, and we close our trades, where we closed our trades, the price at where we closed our trade, and the profitability that was achieved for that particular trade, right? And consistency is all that matters, because we have been consistent enough to showcase that yes, not one, not two, not three, but over 34 trades that have been placed and squared off for 135% profitability, right? Doesn't that sound marvelous? Doesn't that sound good? So please make sure to utilize these services. Please make sure to be a part of these live streaming sessions every single day. And do not forget to keep your platforms open, to keep your brokerage trading accounts open so you can take trades quickly. All right, now let's look at what the markets are showcasing. Let's have a look in terms of what the markets are doing, so on and so forth. Right now, coming quickly to our watch list. Watch lists are the trades that have been running today. Two hot stocks were shared, right? We had shared two hot stocks in the morning. One was IP rings and the other one was Poonawalla, right? So we had shared you IP rings. As you can see right now, we are on the 4 hours. So let me place a vertical line. This particular trade was provided to you today morning at 9:15. All right, around that time. Remember, it's 4 hours, so each candle has 4 hours. This particular candle was trading hot stock. This trade recommendation, aka hot stock, was provided to you today with an entry between 200 and 205 for people who had attended today's morning's live streaming session. Have been very, have been good, have been in a very good mood, because prices have entered and are going towards our target, right? As you can see, we had provided to you an entry between 200 and 205. Right now the price is around 3.6% profit, right? 3.6% is the current profitability rate. We want prices to come into the 5% target area. Once as and how the prices are moving, yes, the markets are closed, but we are just trying to get it clear that we provide you trading opportunities. We make sure that we are, recording them in a very professional and accurate manner, and at the same time we are showcasing it to you on the chart as well, in terms of where the trade was placed and how the prices are going in our favor. Nonetheless, with this particular trade, before the stock market had closed, we were already sitting at around 3%, right? Let me draw the ruler and let me tell you the values again. So we had seen an appreciation of price by almost 3.64%, right? Very close to achieving the 5% target. That is the power. Imagine for someone who has taken the trade would be sitting at 3.6% profit in just one single day. That is the power of trading strategies, or that is the power of the trading recommendation, the hot stocks that we are providing to you. All right, so I hope people have utilized this and have made, have been making money, right? Yes, the markets are closed, but tomorrow again, we might have a good news, right, where the market just gaps up and hits our 5% target. Wouldn't that be great? Comment down and say how wonderful would that be, when you enter and you take a trade and you're making money either that day or the next day. It's quite interesting, right? We had also talked to you about Poonawalla, where prices had come back into our entry, as in how any changes take place, we will keep you in the loop, right? For those of you who are aware, the banking sector as of today has taken quite a hit. Most of the banks are, neutral to a bearish sentiment for today. All right. Looking at Avantel too, yes, even this particular stock, and let me remind for those who are new to this live streaming session that once we provide you with a trading opportunity, a hot stock recommendation, it is very vital to enter at the earliest, right? For people who take a lot of time in, or who are lethargic or who are lazy in taking decisions that cannot work. You have to be quick, quick, right? For the entry that was provided to you on Evantil on the 24th of October, right? We had given you an entry between 165 and 170. For people who took entry, at the best price possible, have already achieved a 5% target. That is the reason why we stress on 5% target. For those of you who are aware, we do provide you a more detailed, analysis report, in terms of providing you a first target. I hope people can see the screen, and providing you a second target. But we have noticed, during the span of this course that, it's better to make consistent profits and find trading opportunities on a regular basis rather than letting one trade run and, letting it go up and down. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of capital, it takes a lot of energy. So we are trying to look for something where we can enter and take 5% targets and keep hitting 5% targets on a regular basis, correct? So we were talking about Evantel, very important example for people who entered at the earliest prices, right? Have already hit the 5% target. For someone who had entered late, maybe for example, someone entered at 170, because please understand, we are providing you a range. This particular trade that was provided to you had a range between 165 and 170, correct? So people who were able to take the best possible trade at 165, 166 have made good amount of money, right? But for those who took time and were like, no, maybe we have to wait, maybe we are not sure, for them the prices have already, given you profitability, but they haven't given you the 5% profitability. They have given you the 3 or the 4% profitability, which is also good, but we were looking for 5. As of now, the markets are again returning back to a bearish swing movement. Do not worry, as in how prices are, the moment tomorrow when the stock market opens and the prices are back to its functioning, we will let you know in terms of any, any modifications or any updates in terms of taking other trades. We will let you know. All right. Similarly, for RBL Bank, as you can see, the prices have been in a bearish trend. Remember, we are looking at the 4 hours just to gauge the entire swing movement. The prices did start to show some kind of bullishness, but prices have reversed again, right? Again, we had given you an we will see in terms of whether a price, an additional trade has to be added or not. We will let you know tomorrow. All right. Annapurna has done quite phenomenal for people who have entered, who had entered on entry 3 and entry 2. Entry 3 and entry 2 have done phenomenal. You have made good amount of money. For people who have their trades running from entry 1 and who have also taken entry 2 and entry 3 are doing fantastic as well, because prices are well above the average price, right? I hope people can see this. We have mentioned the purple color dotted line as the average price for all the three trades, and that is well above. Current price is well above the average price. So overall, you are making money. Now it is up to you. We have already recommended to close the trade, but if people are still wanting to hold the trade, please be aware that we are providing you with analysis in terms of protecting your capital as well. So we are not telling you that the trade has to work no matter what. If for a particular reason we have provided you a particular trading strategy, a hot stock recommendation, and it doesn't perform well, we will improvise. We will update you in terms of what other instruction has to be followed. So that is another reason why it is very crucial for everyone to attend all the live streaming sessions, right? When a hot stock comes, it doesn't tell me that, okay, Harsh, today I am expected to come at this time. No, hot stocks are analyzed based on market conditions. The market conditions keep changing on a day-to-day basis, not even on a day-to-day basis, on an hourly basis. So what happened last hour might not necessarily be this hour as well, correct? That is the reason. Please be attentive and please attend all our live streaming sessions so that you can benefit the most, right? By making money. I ask all my listeners, all my viewers, and all my clients and customers, are you here to make small money or are you here to make big money, right? I'm pretty sure there might be very, very, very few who might say small, but a large majority, almost 99.99% of you who are attending this live streaming session will definitely say that, Harsh, there is no doubt in that. I want to make big amount of money. I want to make huge amount of money. And that is exactly what we are trying to showcase. It is possible, but you have to be present for our live streaming sessions. The more present you are, the more hot stocks we can share to you. The more hot stock recommendations we can share to you, the more money you can make, right? Like I say, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, correct? Now, coming back to the charts, yes, the markets have closed, but we are just having a look in terms of what the markets have done for today. And for those who have joined in late, it's going to be an interesting surprise for all of you that today's live streaming session is not just based on 1 hour, but we are having 2 hours, right? A combined live streaming session of two sessions together. So we will be focusing a little more on the stocks and the Indian share market in the first hour. We are already half an hour done, right? So the next 30 minutes will be still uh, talking about the share market and the trades that have been placed and the trades that are running in the second half, the second live streaming session, right? That will take place between 4:30 to 5:30. We will be focusing on the education aspect, correct? We're going to talk about technical analysis. I'm going to provide you with education pertaining to technical analysis, all right? So let's get back to the charts in order to see how the markets have performed. For people who had entered on D-Dave, please bear in mind it was made very clear that for people who had entered, let me delete, okay, for people who had entered at entry 1 and entry 2 and entry 3 have done significantly well till yesterday, right? We had informed that price is coming to a very strong area of resistance, and price has done exactly that. For people who followed the instructions that Harsh was giving to you, Good job, right? Because you made good amount of money. Always be sure, always attend the live streaming sessions, because you never know which live streaming session will have, vital information that can help you, right, in making money. So I hope everyone has taken the trade, has closed all the trades for this particular stock and have made good amount of money. All right, next we are looking at Hind Oil. As I had discussed, and we had started with this company itself. The current oil sector, right, has been still in a bearish sentiment with the geopolitical uncertainties that have been going on, with the re-stabilization or the correction of international crude oil prices. The Indian oil sector has taken a toll as well, right? If the Indian markets are being, if the international markets are being affected, the Indian oil markets will also be affected as well. So the prices have been currently again, turning back from bullish to bearish sentiment. But like I said, as and how the market conditions keep changing, if any necessary action or a necessary instruction has to be provided to you, I will make sure to provide it to you. All right. So these are the lists in terms of the trades that are running. For those who have taken today's morning trade on IP rings, has been making money, 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 right? Yes, we got filled in into our entry and price is almost up by 3.6, 3.5 to 3.6%. We are still waiting for price to achieve the 5% profitability, and hopefully by tomorrow we can see that manifest, we can see that happen. All right, now let's look at the overall Nifty in terms of what the price has been showing. Again, as you are quite aware, Nifty had come into an area of support from where prices had started to have a good amount of bounce, right? Let me change the color. The prices had started to showcase a good amount of bounce, but again, still the FIIs are still plugging out money from the Indian economy, right? There is a lot of FII capital that is outflowing from the Indian economy. Now people would be asking, but Harsh, why exactly is FII pulling out funds? For those people who do not know what FII is, FII stands for Foreign Investment Institutions, right? Institutions from abroad who have invested in India. They are currently pulling out the capital from Indian economy. And the reason for that are two. One, they are looking for better profitability values, right? So certain economies that are providing much better profitability values, such as China. China is, adding a lot of stimulus into its economy in order to revive its economy, in order to attract foreign investors, right? So that is the reason many are flocking to China in terms of, making good returns. The second reason is after Mr. Donald Trump has won the US elections, there has been a lot of optimism in the US economy. And that is another reason where the FIIs are interested in those markets and not in Indian markets as of now, right? As of now, it's not going to be forever. It's going to be, as of now, these are the current scenarios. So, nonetheless, we can clearly see that yes, prices are still correcting and are still tumbling down, right? There is a lot of bearishness nonetheless, right from the end of September, right? Almost around 27th of September, which is a Friday. So plus or minus, 1st of October. From the time October has started, the prices have been bearish with a correction of almost 9%, right? Let me type it out. It's very important. There is a 9% correction in, in 1 month, almost a month and a week or two. So a 9% correction in 1 month, that is also significant, right? This is the biggest correction that has taken place. And in terms of FIIs, right? Give me a minute. In terms of FIIs, this has been the biggest, value that has been taken out since October. It's almost equivalent to 103,300 crores worth of rupees that has been flushed out from the economy and has been invested into other economies, right? So this has been a brief, explanation in terms of why the markets are bearish, why are the FIIs pulling out funds. Similarly for Sensex, correct? As we looked at Nifty, which is basically the exchange that is, the national stock exchange. Nifty is the index of the national stock exchange, the top 50 companies. Similarly to the Nifty, the Sensex is listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. We are talking about the top 30 companies. Similarly, it has a very good resemblance to Nifty. When looking at Nifty and Sensex, Nifty is like the elder sibling and Sensex is like the younger sibling. Wherever the elder sibling goes, the younger sibling follows, right? So this is the relationship between Nifty and Sensex. I hope people are able to understand. I hope the main reason why people are attending this live streaming session is being justified. When the stock market is up and running, that is the time we are providing you with trading opportunities. We are providing you with hot stocks which are, analyzed, which are provided to you, and which are recorded on a real time basis. The moment a hot stock is disclosed, like today morning, right? As I was mentioning, we had two hot stocks which were disclosed today. I hope people can see my screen, correct? So today's hot stocks or trading recommendations that were shared today, right? IP rings and Poonawalla. So this is how we do. Once a hot stock is identified, I provide it to you at the earliest, possible time, so that you can prepare and you can take a trade. The moment we had identified a hot stock on these two particular stocks, we informed our clients at the earliest, right? ASAP, as soon as possible. We informed where to enter based on entry price. We even, provided the 5% target, right? As the 5% target is crucial for us to showcase that yes, we are making money consistently. The moment we had provided to you with these parameters in terms of where to enter and where to exit, we went on to the charts, correct? Now, for everyone who are using, remember, we are using TradingView for analysis purposes, correct? But you will be requiring to open your brokerage account, right? Your demat account, your trading account, and based on that, you will be placing your trades. For people who have taken trades, we have showcased where to enter. Let me show it to you again. Let me change the color. So we have showcased where to enter, the range. We never provide you an exact point. We provide you an average area, and we also provided to you where the 5% target is, correct? And we always mention, people ask that, Harsh, that is great, but okay, you have explained in terms of where to enter and where to exit, but what about how much size to take? And that is exactly what I'm trying to showcase. We always recommend to position size the trade between 10 to 15%. All right, very crucial. We do not believe in gambling, we believe in systematic trading that can be systematic, structured, and can generate consistent results, right? I hope people can see the screen in terms of the analysis sheet that we maintain. We are very clear. Remember, we are risking only 10 to 15%, and we are trying to achieve a consistent and practical profitability of 5. So we can make quick money consistently, right? Without over, risking in terms of our account. So I hope people are able to understand. This is the overall gist. Moment a hot stock is analyzed, we share it to you. Harsh shares it to you. Once Harsh shares it to you, it is your duty to be present in the live streaming session, to keep your trading account open and take trades instantly. Once a trade is taken, as and how the prices are moving. The prices can go only in two directions. Either it can go in your direction where you're making money, or for worst case scenario, it can go against you, right? When market conditions are not favoring us for the time being. If it is going in our favor, once the price is coming to the 5% target, I will make sure to inform you that yes, for this particular stock where we had entered at that particular price, the price is coming to the 5% target, and I will, make sure to provide you, I would make sure to notify you, to remind you that yes, everyone who is in the live streaming session can close the trade. Similarly, if prices are going against, like I said, there are many factors that are, playing at large. So we do our due analysis and due diligence in terms of analyzing the markets. But when it comes to, trades not going in our favor, do not worry. We will take time in those trades. We will have patience, as in how the markets are improvising. We will tell you in terms of what exactly has to be done, right? A very simple example was Giltave Plastics, right? For people who we talked about Giltave Plastics a couple of minutes ago, but nonetheless, we had provided to you an entry at on around approximately 19th of September, right? Now, for whatever reason, based on our analysis, the markets started to go slightly above before they started to fall. We did not panic. We took our time. We were like, okay, the market will take its time, and the market will take its time, but we will, improvise based on what the market conditions are showing. The prices kept correcting. As and how the prices kept correcting, we found a better opportunity and we entered again once we got the right, another right opportunity. And that is how, once the prices started to go in our favor, we were making good money. So people, do not worry if a trade is not going in your favor. We will update, we will inform you with all the required necessities, right, in terms of when to enter again, so that we can reduce the average price. I hope people can see the orange color line. So the orange color line is the average price. Trades that were taken on entry 1, entry 2, and entry 3. This is the average price, the dotted color line, correct? So as you can see, the prices had come in well above the average price for the three trades. So people were making good amount of money, right? And we had also informed that since prices are coming to an area of resistance, right, there is a possibility for prices to reverse, and that is what prices have done. So please understand that we are informing you with all the recent developments as and how the markets are, progressing during the day or during the week. Once the market conditions are suitable for us, we will let you know what has to be done. So do not worry if trades are going against. Yes, there are macroeconomic factors at play as well, correct? For Giltave Plastic, which is basically into the process industries and chemical industries, for that duration of time, the quarterly earning reports had not come out well. The overall sector was underperforming based on competition coming from China. So there are a lot of, fundamental factors when it comes into play. But based from technical analysis, we do our due diligence, we do our analysis, and we provide you with the highest probability trades, correct? So do not worry. Like I say, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. All right. Hope everyone is having something important that, people are able to grasp, people are able to learn, and people are able to utilize this particular information, right, to their benefit. And again, in terms of language, as an sorry, as in how more people are becoming a part of this live streaming session. If for any reason, if people think that Harsh, you are very good, but sometimes we are not able to understand English, do not worry, I know Hindi as well, मुझे हिंदी आती है. अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं हिंदी में भी बात करूं, तो आप प्लीज कमेंट बॉक्स में आप लिख सकते थी, प्लीज हर्ष कुड यू टॉक इन हिंदी ऑल्सो. सो मैं क्या करूँगा, मैं इंग्लिश में भी बात करूँगा और हिंदी में भी बात करके आई विल, यू नो बिकॉज आई एम लुकिंग एट द कम्युनिटी एज अ होल. मुझे सबको, अटेंशन देना है, मुझे सबको इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करना है. तो प्लीज़ आप फ़िक्र मत कीजिए। अगर आपको लगता है कि आपकी हिंदी सॉरी आपकी इंग्लिश कमज़ोर है और आप चाहते हो कि मैं हिंदी में भी बात करूँ, तो मैं कर सकता हूँ, पर आप उसके लिए आपको कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखना पड़ेगा। I hope people are understanding. Do not worry. Since more people are going to be coming in, we might be having people from different regions, especially from different regions of India. So if there is a language barrier, please let me know. I know two languages. I know English and I know Hindi, right? And I'm pretty sure I can be sufficient enough in terms of explaining it to the masses, right? So these are certain traits that have been placed. These are certain trades that are running and certain scenarios that showcase yes, no matter even if we enter, if we are providing you better entries, take them. Do not there is a term called as brain freeze. Do not get brain frozen, because when we are providing you with opportunities, we are doing our due diligence and we are improvising. Very important. The market is dynamic. The market does not listen to me or to you, correct? The market listens to the entire economy as a whole. So sometimes if we are on the wrong side of the trade, or if the trade is going against us for whatever reason, do not panic. We will wait, we will have patience, and based on that, once the market starts to correct, we will notify you when to enter or any other kind of improvisation that has to take place. A very beautiful example for people who entered one and entered two and entered at entry number three have made good amount of money, right? So this is the power of trading of hot stock recommendations that we are providing to you. Utilize this, correct? Guys and girls, men and beautiful women, this is the opportunity for you to make good amount of money. But like I said in the beginning of the live streaming session, since this value that we are providing to you is so important, right? 135% profitability in less than 2 months. It is very high quality information, and we generally provide it to only VIP customers, correct? But since we are marketing, since we are getting into the Indian markets, we are letting everyone and anyone who is interested to know more about us, who is interested to know more about what dolphin markets are providing, what Harsh is providing. That is the reason we have kept doors open for anyone and everyone. But please bear in mind, it is very limited, right? It will be available only for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So jump onto the bandwagon, take benefit of all the opportunities that we are providing, and be a part of dolphin markets as well. Okay, right now it's 4:21. We are coming to the end of, we are coming closer to the end of the first the second streaming session. We will be having the third streaming session right after. There is no break. It is going to be for 2 hours, correct? So let me give you a quick summary in terms of what we have been talking based on the second live streaming session. We showcase you the power, the credibility that we have right now in terms of our detailed analysis sheet, in terms of profitability. We went onto the charts in terms of showcasing which are the current trades that are running, how the trades have performed, what decisions or instructions were given to people yesterday so that they could capitalize on making money, how certain trades are still running in our favor, how today's hot stock recommendation, correct? IP rings. This is today's hot stock recommendation, which was given to you today. How well prices are currently, going towards the take profit target. See, there is so much of potential when it comes to, these trading opportunities or hot stocks. And we want you to utilize these trading opportunities by being a part of dolphin markets, by taking our hot stock ideas and putting it to use by clicking in your brokerage account, taking the trade and making money. When we tell you when to close it, that's when you make money. All right, this has been today's summary. We even talked about Nifty and Sensex in terms of how the market has been behaving overall, still in a bearish movement, Nifty as well as Sensex, right? the elder sibling and the younger sibling. We even talked about the reasons behind the outflow of the FII capital. FII capital is foreign institution pulling out funds from the Indian economy. Major two reasons we had discussed. The first reason was based on getting better returns in the Chinese economy, since the Chinese economy wants to revitalize the economy and is adding stimulus into the economy, right? For getting the attention of foreign investors to invest in China. And second is, after Mr. Donald Trump has won the elections, there is a lot of optimism in the US economy, and based on these two factors, the FIIs are pulling out funds from the Indian economy and are parking their funds in the Chinese and the US economies as well. I hope people are able to understand. I hope this particular first phase of the live streaming session of this particular live streaming session has been of value. Do not worry, in less than a minute, we are going to shift to our second live streaming session, which basically this is the second live streaming session which is being concluded. And the third live streaming session will start in less than 1 minute, where we will be talking about technical analysis, right? Education pertaining to technical analysis. We would be also covering up a couple of points or a couple of concepts from the gold and forex markets as well. So do not worry. Stay tuned for this particular live streaming session, because it is only providing you value, value, and value. Right? There is nothing to lose. You are only gaining a lot of value. And unfortunately, we had this particular live streaming sessions after the market had closed. If the markets were running, we could showcase to you on a real time basis how well the profits are being generated, right, for this particular trade. Nonetheless, like I always say, when Harsh when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. All right, so I hope everyone had a good gist. Now we are going to shift to the next phase of this particular live streaming session, which will be focused towards technical analysis, right? So education provided to the technical analysis. Let's quickly start with today's continuation of the third live streaming session. All right, so give me a minute. All right, let's start. Yesterday we had, sorry, yes, yesterday we were talking more about technical analysis, but we were talking from a basic analysis, right? Basic trading strategies point of view. Today we would be covering the mid level, strategies that are used in trading. So yesterday we talked about trend lines, we talked about channels, we talked about let me show you. We talked about breakouts. When a trend line gets taken out, the sentiment of that particular trend line, whether it is bearish or bullish, the moment it breaks out, it creates a confirmation that prices are going to change direction. So that is what a breakout is all about. Now, whether it is a trend line or a channel, as you can see on the screen, so breakouts are nothing but showcasing that yes, when prices were bullish, with the onset of the breakout, the prices can turn bearish. And if prices were bearish with the onset of a bullish breakout, there is a higher probability for prices to continue bullish. We talked about formations such as support and resistance, right? Everyone out here who are into technical analysis are quite clear and aware that yes, when it comes to support and resistance, that is the number one concept that is taught to people who are trying to learn about financial trading. We talked about support, how price acts as a support or a floor, from where once the next time prices comes back to the support, the prices hold and continue up. Similarly to support, we have something called as resistance, where the resistance acts as a ceiling. Anytime prices approaches the resistance, it gets pushed down, right? Then we even looked at certain support resistance breakout, where a support that has been taken out, has been broken, gets flipped and gets converted into resistance. So for this particular example, this was a resistance. The moment price is closed outside it, the resistance got converted to a support, and that is what we call as flip zones, right? Something that gets flipped, a resistance gets flipped into support, or a support gets flipped into resistance. Then we even looked at double tops and double bottoms, where we were trying to analyze in terms of, all right, how these structures are formed, and so on and so forth. All right, give me a minute. All right, so we talked about support and resistance. We talked about double tops and double bottoms. I'm pretty sure most of you would be aware about these formations as well, correct? So double top is nothing but when you have two peaks on top, and the moment price closes below that, it creates a double top, right? An M formation, the alphabet M, and we expect prices to continue. Similarly, for a double bottom, it has two pivot lows, and the moment price closes above by creating a breakout, we expect prices to continue up. A double bottom is also called as a W formation, right? The alphabet W. Then we looked at head and shoulders. This is again a very common, concept that is being taught, correct? So a head and shoulder pattern is nothing but a head like the one you can see of me, and the shoulders, correct? So we have two shoulders and one head. That is exactly how the name head and shoulder pattern comes into play, where prices create a shoulder, create a bigger head, and create an identical shoulder. So we have a left shoulder and we have a right shoulder, and we have the head in the middle. And the moment prices close below, we expect prices to continue down. All right. I hope people are paying attention. I hope people are not getting lazy. Yes, today's session has been more of a banger, correct? We have two sessions which are combined into one live streaming session. So for those who are thinking that how come Harsh is talking for 2 hours today, yes, today's improvisations have been made. Like how the share market is, even today's session has been dynamic, right? There have been a lot of upgradations and changes in the way that we are carrying out our live streaming sessions. But nonetheless, like I always say, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. So do not worry. We talked about the entire market, post market analysis in terms of what the markets were showing since the markets have been closed by almost 1 hour, right? The Indian share market closes by 3:30. So we are done and dusted with the analysis. We have been finished with the post analysis of the Indian share market. Now we will be focusing only on education, right, pertaining to technical analysis. Like we were talking about the head and shoulder pattern, we have variations when it comes to head and shoulders, right? Sorry and excuse me, because I will be needing to drink more water since I've been almost, I will be talking for another hour as well. So head and shoulders pattern, as you can see, a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Similarly, we have an inverted head and shoulder. It's the exact head and shoulder, but flipped, correct? So we have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. There are variations in terms of the way structures are formed, right? When there is a failed breakout, but nonetheless, these are certain, what you call variations when it comes to head and shoulder formations. Then we are looking at continuation and reversal patterns, correct? So continuation patterns are where prices which were bullish, they take a break by going sideways, and then they continue the movement, right? The bullish movement. So we have a bull flag, a bull pennant, a bullish falling wedge, an ascending triangle, a symmetric triangle. These are various formations where prices are, for example, in an uptrend, and they consolidate sideways for a while before they continue with the same movement previously. Unlike, contrary to the bull flag, to the bullish patterns, we have the bearish patterns as well, right? We have the bearish flag pattern, the bearish pennant, the bearish rising wedge. These are all different terminologies, but overall, the context of what a continuation pattern is, where prices are traveling in a particular direction, whether bullish direction or bearish direction, they consolidate sideways for a while before they continue again in the same direction, and that is why it is called as continuation patterns, correct? Then we have reversal patterns. These patterns are based on continuation, right? So contrary to continuation patterns, we have something called as reversion patterns. So reversal patterns are something like double tops, the one that I had explained before, a bearish head and shoulder, a bearish rising wedge, a bearish expanding triangle, bearish triple top. So rather than price continuing in one direction, consolidating sideways and continuing in the same direction, that is continuation patterns. Reversal patterns are if the prices were bullish and started to consolidate and turned bearish later, so the price reversed. So that is how the term reversal pattern comes into play, correct? We have a live example over here. Do not worry, I'm giving you all the theory, but we will be looking at it from a practical point of view as well on the chart. We are looking at the triangle formation. So this is more of, come on, I want you to, interact. I want you to let me know how much you have understood. So whether this particular pattern, what will it be called? Will it be called a continuation pattern, or whether it will be called a reversal pattern? Write down in the comment box. I want to know your response in terms of how much you are able to understand, right? I just don't want to keep talking and people are listening and sleeping because I am harsh. I want to keep it as interactive as possible, and as we need to have a good amount of communication to and forth so that I can understand that yes, everyone is understanding, correct? So for people who have answered yes, it is correct. It is a continuation pattern, right? The prices were bullish. The prices started to consolidate sideways before the prices continued up again. Now we have different types of entries, right? Now, different types of entries are also important, but nonetheless, we will look at those as well. So, types of entries we have, break and retest. I mean, these all are basically examples of what we are shown. This is a break. A retest is once prices break, the prices come and collect orders, again. We will look at it, certain factors such as this. For prices, for example, if they were in a downtrend and prices were going sideways, right? Consolidation phase. Once the prices break out, it's called as a continuation pattern, right? A bearish continuation pattern. The prices were bearish, they consolidated sideways, and then they broke down. Then a reversal breakout. Similar to a continuation breakout, we have a reversal breakout. The terminologies are similar, but the concept remains the same, correct? So in the reversal breakout, you can see that the prices were bearish. The market started to consolidate and then reversed by turning bullish, right? So these are reversal breakouts. So I hope everyone has understood when we were explaining based on breakouts, correct? So we have a trend line. The moment the prices break outside the trend line, prices get, retest, and the price starts to go in our favor. This is a breakout and retest, correct? Where this was a resistance area where prices had, tested once, tested twice, tested twice, and then it broke above. So these are called as flip zones where prices held and they broke out and a resistance turned out to be support, and the prices came back to test the support and continued further, correct? These are triangle formations like the one we had showcased. Then we had support where prices are holding. These all are taken from real charts. So, these are practical examples, practical concepts. These are some of the pros and cons of breakout. For example, the pros for, potential for high profits. Breakouts can lead to significant price movements offering substantial profit opportunities. The cons are they might be, susceptible to false breakouts where not all breakouts result in sustained price movement. false breakouts can lead to losses as well. The next pro point of this particular paragraph is clear entry and exit points, right? Breakout levels provide clear points of where to enter and where to exit the trade. But the drawback is market volatility. Breakouts can occur during periods of high volatility increasing risk. The more volatile a pair is, or whether it is a stock, whether it is a forex pair or gold, during market volatility, the breakouts can be quite haywire, and that can lead to increased risk. And the advantages are pros, right? The third pro is breakout strategies can be applied in stock, forex, commodity. But the drawback is that it requires continuous good amount of monitoring, correct? Constant market monitoring is required for such trades. Now these are another points which are currently fine. Let us look at the types of targets, because once you enter you have to be aware of where to exit, right? Now, for this particular example, the types of targets we are looking at, first one is fixed risk to reward, right? Risk to reward ratio in terms of, as you can see, prices have been holding support where prices have come back, created almost like a head and shoulder pattern and closed below. So the moment the price is closed below and it's a head and shoulder pattern, we expect prices to continue bearish, correct? So we enter over here, and based on the risk to reward, how much we are able to risk to how much we are able to generate rewards. So this is a fixed risk to reward, correct? The more further it goes away, the more you are able to make, right? I hope people can see the boxes. There are one, two, three, four. There are four green color boxes. Each box is denoted by 1 hour. So that is the amount of risk that one is able to take. And the further or the more number of boxes that price is able to enter into, the higher the probability, right? Then we have recent support and resistance. So one way to look at it is, okay, we understood that there is a support and prices have been sitting. Prices have also been correcting a head and shoulder pattern, and prices have closed below. But the moment prices start to go in our favor, we try to look till where prices can go to. So this is called as recent support and resistance. We look to the left and we analyze, was there a previous resistance or a previous support or a previous flip zone based on which we would want to place our targets. So then we have an estimate in terms of how far we can expect prices to continue before the reverse. So you could see on the left, there was a resistance which was tested and it broke. So it created a flip zone. A resistance got converted to support. So next time when prices came in, they held it. So that could be your perceived target in terms of where would you would expect prices to go to. And then we have pattern projection. Pattern projection is nothing but an idea that if this is the particular zone of a structure, we expect that structure to be identical to its target. So if you can see over here, the pattern height, which is the green color box, is basically cloned or duplicated and put right above the pattern height, so that would be the speculated target that we could expect. And this is a typical example that you can see. Then we have time base, where irrespective of whether a support or resistance is coming into play, we look at it from a time basis, whether the end of the week or whether the end of the day, and we use that reference as targets. Trading stop is used by advanced traders, where as and now prices are going in our favor and we're making good money, rather than closing the trade, or because there is a dilemma in terms of, if we take a trade and the prices are appreciating and we close it, prices might be able to continue even higher and make you more profits. So for those trades where people are like, no, there is potential for prices to continue higher, what people use is the trailing stop, where as and how prices continue higher at every regular intervals of time, the stop loss is so-called shifted, so that the stop loss is trailing with the price. So as you can see, for this particular trade, for an entry which was triggered at this particular level, the prices have been continuing up. but you can see the lines, the horizontal lines, they denote as trailing stop losses. So every time price moves by a certain percentage, that time is when you would, your stop loss would, would trail with the price, correct? What is trailing? Trailing is when something is right behind something, correct? And trailing together. So the dash lines, the small horizontal rays are basically trailing stops where price eventually goes, and now that it starts to reverse, it comes and stops out by closing, and but you made good amount of profit, right? So overall, trailing stop is also a very good method to let your profits run for the long term. Now let's look at some of the moving moderate mid-level technical analysis, right? We're going to cover about moving averages. Now I hope people are aware about what moving averages are, correct? So moving averages are nothing but tool, it's an indicator that calculates the average price of the last X number of candles, right? X meaning the length in terms of how many candles would you want to consider. So we have different types of moving averages such as exponential moving average, simple moving average. So let's look at how we would be using moving averages based on on price movement. Let us look at it from a proper example point of view. Let us take another stock that is not talked about much. Let us look at okay, let's look at Infosys. See, we had provided to you this particular support area for this, I mean, during the time of 4th of November, right? So once the elections were coming into place, and look how well prices have been going in our favor. Anyways, we were talking about moving averages, right? So this is a moving average. If you double click on the moving average, you can see that we have something called as inputs. So inputs is the calculation that you need to provide to the indicator to calculate whether you want to take the last 5 candles into consideration, whether you want to take the last 21 candles as mentioned over here into consideration for calculating the moving average, or you want to take 100, 200, 300, right? So the bigger the number, the more smoother the moving average, right? For example, if I have to put 100, from 20 to 100, you can see the lines have become very broad and have become very smooth, right? But for some reason I want to put only 5. So if I put 5, you can see how the moving averages are sticking to price, right? So the shorter the moving average period, the more fluctuations. The bigger the moving average period, right? Period is this, the length, like I put in 100, then the more smoother it becomes, right? Both have their pros and cons, but when it comes to financial trading, it more or less boils down to your personalization, right? Are you a person who wants it smooth, or you a person who wants it very volatile? So the choice is yours. I would be using a simple moving average. Sorry, I would be using an exponential moving average, because the difference between exponential moving average and simple moving average is that simple moving average has a different formula, right? It gives equal weightage to the last X number of candles. For example, if I put in here 5, and it will calculate the last 5 candles, right? Because I've given the length as 5. So the last 5 candles will be taken into consideration and will be given equal weightage, right? So that is simple moving average. But when we are looking at exponential moving average, okay, one second, let me remove it, because since we are using TradingView and it only allows 2 indicators, I have to remove this indicator. Let me put an exponential moving average. If I'm putting an exponential moving average, it will consider the last, the last candle will be given highest priority because it's the most recent candle, and the earlier candles will be given less and less and less of importance, right? So that is why it is called as exponential. Nonetheless, let me change it and let me put 21. So this is how a moving average looks, right? Let me remove this as well. This is not required for now. Once it is required, I will put it back. All right. So let me put another moving average with another I will be putting an exponential moving average, but with another length in mind, right? So let me change the color to maybe to green, right? Green looks nice. So I hope people can see my screen. We have a green moving average and a blue moving average. Let me change the values to 10 and 20. So this is how a moving average is. Now coming back to the sheet, to the sorry the content, the trade education content. We are trying to like how we can use moving averages to our benefit, right? Rather than using one moving average, we can use multiple moving averages to get more clarity, more confluence when it comes to trading. So rather than using one, you can use two, you can use three, you can use four. There are many, correct? Let me go back to the charts. As you can see, like I have placed two moving averages over here. The main crux of using moving averages is to identify when price is below the moving average and when price is above the moving average, right? Let me type. So above moving average and below. So moving average trading strategies are basically those where rather than one, we use more than one. It could be two, it could be three. The more the merrier, right? So using these moving averages, we can get a clear understanding in terms of the moment price closes above the moving average, there is bullish sentiment, and the moment prices close below the moving average, there is bearish sentiment. There was another terminology that was mentioned over here, which is called as golden cross and dead cross, correct? How many of you people have been aware of such a terminology, the golden cross and the dead cross? So let me make it simple to you. A dead cross. I hope people have understood the concept behind moving averages. Now, what is a golden cross and what is a dead cross? Now, let me again mark it to show you what exactly am I talking about. So I'm going to give you two scenarios and that will explain you perfectly what a golden cross is and what a dead cross is, right? Let me change the lines 1 second. Let me remove the border. So we have a golden cross and we have a dead cross. Now golden cross is nothing but when prices are below the moving average and once the moving averages intersect or cross each other and prices from below they close above, right? As you can see over here. Let me showcase you. We have this particular where the prices were below the moving average, but the moment the prices crossed and prices closed above the moving average, that is called as a golden cross. Now contrary to the golden cross, we have something called as the dead cross. All right, now in dead cross, when prices are above and the moving averages intersect and price closes below, that is what a dead cross is called as, right? So when with a golden cross we have oh, sorry, 1 second. With a golden cross we have prices which the moving averages intersect and prices close above, and then we have a dead cross where prices intersect and where the moving averages intersect and prices close below. So this is where with a golden cross we expect optimism where prices will appreciate in value, and with a dead cross, like the name suggests, we expect prices to fall. And this is how a golden cross and a dead cross are identified, and these are very important strategies when it comes to utilizing the power of moving averages, correct? So I hope I've shown you some good examples. Yes, we have been trying to be quick in terms of learning. I'm very sure most of you are aware when it comes to moving averages, but I'm not sure whether people are aware of the golden cross and dead cross, right? If price crosses, if the moving averages intersect and price closes above, that indicates bullish sentiment, also called as the golden cross. And if you have where prices intersect and when the moving averages intersect and prices close below, and that is the, what you call, that is when prices would be having a bearish sentiment, and that is called as a dead cross. Let's look at one more last strategy before winding up for today. We so these are examples, right? A golden cross, this is a dead cross, and this is a golden cross. Then we even looked at Bollinger Bands and moving average convergence divergence. Let me give you a very quick information about this before we wrap up. Today we will be concluding our live streaming session by 5 o'clock, right? There are changes that are taking place. Do not worry. We are improvising, but as and how, I will keep you updated, right? Like I always say, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, correct? Let me get back to putting the indicator, which is the moving average convergence divergence, correct? So MACD. One second, let me remove the indicators because I need to update it. Okay, now it will come MACD, right? So moving average convergence divergence is basically consisting of two moving averages and a histogram. So when the moving averages are above, let's start with the histogram. When the histogram is green in color, that indicates bullish sentiment, and when the histogram is red, that indicates bearish sentiment. Now, if the moving averages are in the plane of the color of the histogram, that adds confluence, right? So if the histogram is green in color and the moving averages have intersected and are above, right, they are in the territory of the green color histogram, you can see the prices are rallying. Similarly, let me show you when prices are falling. So as you can see, the moment the histogram is red and the moving averages have crossed over and have entered into the red color territory of the histogram, there is bearish sentiment, right? These are certain strategies that people use to get good trading opportunities. So I hope people have paid good amount of attention. We talked about moving averages, we talked about MACD, we talked about the different formations that are taking place, whether it is based on double tops, double bottoms, head and shoulders, triple tops, triple bottoms. We even talked about continuation patterns and reversal patterns, and we showed you certain examples. I would, would request you that you go through the video again and look for opportunities on other stocks. You can pick any stocks you want, whether you want to pick Reliance, whether you want to pick Wipro, whether you want to pick Zomato. You can pick any three stocks and practice. It is very important for you to practice this because I can provide you with all the information out there, but if you are not putting it into action, then there is no use, right? So I would suggest that you pick three stocks. All right, pick three stocks and practice. So um, insert moving averages, right? Let me just type it full. Insert moving averages and identify golden cross and dead cross. Then you can insert MACD, right? MACD, correct? MACD, moving average convergence divergence. Analyze, again, go to three different stocks and analyze and identify, bullish or bearish. One second, I'm showing you the wrong screen, sorry, my bad. Then you can analyze and identify bullish or bearish sentiment. So I hope people are able to understand. I'm trying to provide you with certain tasks that is important for you to get better in analyzing, or to get better in trading, education, and technical analysis. So today we were talking about the mid level strategies that are mainly based towards moving averages, moving average, conversions, divergence, MACD. So please practice this. You can pick three stocks, insert a moving average, insert a MACD, and try to analyze and identify how the moving average is turning. When they turn and prices close above, would be a golden cross or dead cross? If moving averages intersect and price closes below, would that be a golden cross or dead cross? Understand, analyze. You can reverse, you can replay the entire video and analyze where I have been told certain descriptions about strategies. Practice them out, right? You can pick three stocks for moving averages, you can pick three different stocks for MACD, you can pick three different stocks for identifying head and shoulder patterns, or double tops, double bottoms, or continuation patterns, reversal patterns. So I think this is very vital because it will help you in getting better. Remember, I'm not a taskmaster, I am not a professor, I'm just a mentor, and a trainer and a friend who can, who wants the best for you. So please put this into practice, and I hope with time you will get much better, right? So I hope everyone has had a good understanding of today's live session. We covered so many points, right? Today's live streaming session has been for almost an hour and a half, but we have been enjoying it. I have been enjoying it. I have been able to provide you with good amount of value. Please make sure to again come back for tomorrow's live streaming sessions, where we will be looking at how IP rings is performing, correct? We are going to keep a very good eye in terms of how well IP rings is performing. Any updates that are being taking place in the markets, I will make sure to provide you with an updated analysis of those stocks as well. All right, so please make sure to arrive tomorrow for the live streaming session. And until then, I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, then, namaste and take care. Bye bye.